What up, Laker Nation? It's your boy Dtlf, man. Back with a draft day special. We got, the Lakers as of right now have no first round picks. They could look to buy into the second round, but I'm really only going to cover the first round, and then I'll do a recap video after the draft. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. A lot of trades already going through, a lot of stuff going on, man. So welcome. Obviously, we know what the top three picks are going to be, but after that, it's going to get crazy, guys. It's going to be a lot of movement. There's a lot of trades that have been done. Now, we do have some news here about the Lakers. Obviously, they just heard the news about the Atlanta Hawks trading for that fourth pick, which means that the trade will go down on July 6th when it can officially become official. And so that kind of complicates things a little bit as far as clearing cap space. But I believe that they'll get something done. Now, tonight, there's a chance for them to try to unload Isaac Bonga and potentially Mo Wagner and Jones. But we'll see what happens. I mean, is any team really going to be willing to help the Lakers out, clear out for a third max spot? I don't know. But I'll be here for you guys for the first round. And again, I'll be doing a post-draft reaction. I'll tell you guys who I thought won the draft and so on and so forth. But if you guys have any questions, man, get real comfortable because I'm going to be here for a cool minute. A couple hours at least. So how you guys doing today, man? Glad to see you guys joining me. Hopefully we get a full room and we can talk some basketball. Now, the Hawks just traded into the top four. That's pretty crazy. I mean, they're going to have good young talent to put around, what's his face, Trae Young. So it's going to be interesting to see who they draft. What do you guys think the Hawks are going to do there at number 4? Very interesting to see who they take there. However, if the Lakers can clear up that cap space, man, we won. We won everything, the draft, the offseason. But it'll be interesting to see if we don't, what kind of role players we go out and we try to get. So a lot of stuff could be going on today. Love you too, Brian. I see you, bro. Hey, what's up, Dr. Pepper? How you doing? He said Hawks going to get Hunter. Yeah, I heard they like DeAndre Hunter, but we'll see. We'll see. Obviously, the Lakers are going to be making the pick, so I'm interested in seeing if the Lakers, if he has to wear a Laker hat or are they going to give him a Hawks hat? How does that work? It'll be mad awkward if he has to throw on that Laker hat. Is a Kawhi is spotted with the moving boxes at Home Depot? He was buying them. Yeah, that's interesting. I mean, maybe. I mean, but moving boxes can mean a lot of things. Remember, he didn't have an official place in Toronto. So for all we know, he could have bought a spot in Toronto. He could have been, but it could also mean that he's leaving. I don't know. We'll see. Man, I got to say, Zion is a beast. And I'm really impressed by his maturity in interviews. And I think he is the future of the NBA, man. He's going to be up there. So the Pelicans have a bright future. Obviously, they added Lonzo, Josh Hart, and Brandon Ingram. And it's very interesting to see how that's going to unfold this year. Question. I'll take a couple of questions. That DTLF, I hear that we bought a second-round pick. Well, I have my phone right here. I haven't heard nothing about that yet. But we are trying to have conversations with the Atlanta Hawks, see if they could take on Mo Wagner as a part of that deal. Try to clear up more cap for that max slot. So, yeah, I'm not sure to answer your question if we bought in yet, but I heard we are trying to buy in simply because second-round picks don't count against the cap. So that's a way that you could definitely add players and talent without, hurting your cap for this summer. Remember, man, 10 days till free agency, so I got you guys covered. Keep it locked right here. Subscribe if you already haven't. Let's see. Any more questions from you guys? You guys feel free to ask me any questions, man. I'm going to be here for a while, so if it's not even basketball related, I got you. He said, Lakers going to draft or no? To be determined. I mean, till I hear breaking news, Lakers traded for this pick or that pick. For now, no, we don't have any draft picks. However, that could change. I won't be covering the second round because it's too long. I'm definitely going to have to go out and grab a bite after the first round. But I'll be back for the recap just in case the Lakers did do something. Oh, by the way, Kuzma just tweeted, I got everyone on the eyes. Please relax. So I guess he was trolling. Here it is. First pick in the NBA draft, Zion.
With the first pick in 2019 NBA draft, the New Orleans Pelicans select Zion Williamson.
There it is. Big Zion, man. I got to tell you, David Griffin has done a great job, whether you like him or not. I mean, this guy turned Anthony Davis into Lonzo Ball, Brandon Ingram, 2 first-round picks for this year, 2 first-round picks for the next couple of years, and a second-round pick. That's pretty impressive. I'll tell you that. That's pretty impressive. So Pelicans have a bright future now. It'll be interesting to see if they flip some of these picks during the draft or maybe even after the draft to try to get somebody like Kevin Love. I heard they were in the market for a stretch 4. So, again, I'm going to be, breaking down each team as they make a pick here. So it's going to be interesting. Hey, what's up, T? How you doing? What's up, everybody? Dan, what are you expecting out of the draft? I expect some major trades to go down. We already heard about some. So let's see if there's any blockbusters here. Maybe something with K-Love or something like that. Let's see what happens. It's going to be interesting. The Dtlf, if the Lakers got the number 1, do you think the Lakers would trade it for AD? I think if we would have had the number 1 pick, simply because we already have that similar type player like LeBron. I mean, I would have loved to keep Zion, but had we landed the number 1 pick, we probably would have had to give up less assets. Maybe we would have kept the Brandon Ingram, right? Or maybe we would have kept Alonzo Ball and give up like 1 less first-round pick. I think that would have been very possible. Maybe we would have did it straight up in some draft picks, I don't know. He said the Pelicans are trash. Laker game. I mean, they're on the up and coming, bro. Laker game for life. I agree with that. But look at this guy. This guy's mature. Listen to him.
My mom sacrificed a lot for me. I wouldn't be here without my mom. She did everything for me. I just want to thank her.
Man, my man is living his dream out, man. You gotta have nothing but love and respect for a young kid about to grab the world in the palm of his hand. So that's special right there, man. See that?
She put her dreams aside for mine. She always looked out for the family first before herself.
That's props.
Mom, we can see that Zion physically emotional, as are you. What are you feeling right now?
He said he looks like Julius Randle. Yeah, do you still talk to Kuzi? Actually, he texted me a couple of days ago. He was supposed to go hoop with me, but he didn't show up. So, yeah, I still talk to him, but my boy be lagging it sometimes.
We're so happy for him. We're so happy. Mom, what have you seen from your son?
That's nice, man. He's having a nice moment with his family. Respect.
Who believe in the process, who put in the work, and who, put those naysayers aside, just continue to do what we ask and continue to believe in the process. And because of that,
he said, I give David Griffin major props. Absolutely. David Griffin, we all know, was a respected GM. I was trying to get him, honestly, to the Lakers. But I don't know if this trade doesn't happen without him in the Pelicans. So, something that had to happen. And
I dreamed about this since I was 4. And for it to actually happen.
It's nice. It's nice to see a humble kid living out his dream, man. He's gonna be able to take care of his family for a year. I mean, for pretty much for life. He's the number 1 pick. Once he earns his second contract after his rookie deal, they're taken care of. But I mean, he said Taco Fall. Taco Fall to me, and somebody asked me about this on Twitter. Was it you? I'm not sure if it was you, but they asked me what I thought of Taco Fall. I like him. But for the new NBA, we need more stretch bigs who can switch to pick and roll, especially on the Lakers defensively. But he'd be nice if he falls to the second round and we had a pick for off the bench. Very similar role to Boban. If we can get a player like that coming off the bench, I mean, But congratulations to the Pelicans, man, on drafting Zion. Bright future. I think he's going to average like 17 to 18 points a game right off the bat his rookie season. Maybe 6 to 7 rebounds, a couple of blocks. This kid's special. He said he's Draymond Green with offense. Oh, no. Let's not disrespect Zion like that, man. Draymond Green is only good as a defensive plug-in hustle guy who can pass as well. But Zion's just a different specimen. He said Julius Randle mixed with Blake Griffin. I mean, that's fair, I guess. I see more like Charles Barkley style game. And that guy was an all-star for years, so. Ja Morant coming up next to the Grizzlies. I heard the Grizzlies were rejecting a ton of trades for Ja Morant. So, I mean, he's very highly touted in this draft. Some people believe he's going to be the best player in the draft. So, I mean, the Grizzlies just traded away Mike Conley yesterday, I believe, for I think it was Ricky Rubio, Kyle Corver. Let's see.
With the second pick in the
Here it is.
2019 NBA draft, the Memphis Grizzlies select Ja Morant.
Perfect. And you know, the Memphis Grizzlies are they're in a rebuild. Obviously, they got rid of Mike Conley, but there could be some positive connotation to that. You know, since the Grizzlies are in a rebuild now, they have no use for guys like Crowder. They might keep him, you know, or flip him for another second-round pick or something. But they don't have use for guys like Crowder, who the Lakers could use. They don't have use for guys like Kyle Corver, who definitely the Lakers could use. So if Kyle Corver hits the free agent market, look for us to pick him up for about $2 million or something like that. That would be a huge get. You know, we need guys to stretch the floor. Now, everybody knows the draft starts after number three. Number 3, the Knicks are locked in. They're going to take R.J. Barrett, who, by the way, some people believe will be the best player in this draft, you know, once it's all said and done a couple of years from now. So that'll be interesting. Dan, do you still like the trade after everything the Pelicans got back? Absolutely, I like the trade. Look, man, even if we don't land another max free agent, we have LeBron, we have AD, and we have Kuzma. That's a great start. Plus, we're going to have anywhere from 24 to 30 mil in cap to spend on free agents, and there's a ton of interest in the Lakers. Recently, I heard Danny Green would be interested if they showed interest in him, you know. So that would be a good get right there. Patrick Beverly has been on the record as to saying whoever pays him more, but I think, you know, Patrick Beverly could be had for about $7 million if the Lakers make that offer, and that would be great. I wouldn't give him more than 10 though. 10 is my capper. Anything above 10, you're overpaying the man. I wouldn't like to pay for somebody who has limited offense, and shooting wise, he can't really stretch the floor consistently. Defensively, he's elite. You know, he gets under people's skins. He's like basically like Meta World Peace at the point guard position. But offensively, he lacks. And even though we don't need much offense, it would be nice to have a guard who could stretch the floor like a Seth Curry to go along with guys like, you know, LeBron and AD. So at the end of the day, it's going to be interesting to see what the Lakers do in free agency. Al Horford has been mentioned. I'm not sure how much you would have to pay Al Horford, anywhere from 15 to 25 mil. I wouldn't pay him 25 mil. He's 33. His game should start declining in a couple of years. I'd give him like a short 2-year deal with a 1-year option off, obviously. Anywhere from the max I throw to Al Horford is 15 mil, and I doubt he takes that. He just turned down, what was it, 30? So I doubt he's going to take half of the salary off. So, yeah, probably Al Horford's not an option. But there's plenty of options in free agency. We still haven't heard from Kyrie. Reports were that the Brooklyn Nets potentially were no longer interested. So, you know, it's going to be interesting to see what happens there. Hey, what up, Laker Nation for life? How you doing, Laker girl? She said, what's going on, Dan? Nothing much. Just right here recapping every pick. Obviously, we're with the Grizzlies right now. They just picked Ja Morant. Great pick for them. You know, they had to move on since they traded Gasol and they traded Conley. I mean, this is a perfect rebuilding phase for them. And Ja Morant, no better place to start than right there. Potentially the second or best player in this draft. So I like Ja. I compare him kind of to like John Wall or Derrick Rose. He's not as explosive as Derrick Rose, but he's pretty up there. I say like John Wall. Speed-wise, his change of pace, handles, can get in the lane, wreak havoc. His jump shot kind of struggles at times, but he can improve there. So I like Ja, and he has great core vision. So I think he'll be like John Wall, minus the bad attitude, hopefully, you know. But we'll see what happens there. Dr. Pepper said, do you think we will land Chris Middleton? Chris Middleton is a good option. I don't think we'll land Chris Middleton. I think he opted out in order to rework a bigger deal with the I heard he's looking for a max contract. Now, as much as I like Chris Middleton, I don't want to throw him a max deal at all. There's only like 2 players in this free agency that I want to give a full max contract to, and that's Kawhi Leonard, if he's, you know, willing to come, obviously, and Kyrie Irving. Other than that, everybody else, you can give them a little less than the max. I'll be happy. So, Dan, what do you think about Bogdanovich? Bogdanovich from the Pacers is nice. If we can pick up a player like that, he is going to be a free agent. That would be a huge acquisition for us. He's a sniper. So, yes, I would love a player like that. Very similar to what Joe Ingles does for the Utah Jazz. So, of course. Great question, by the way. He said two Carolina boys in the West, future rivalry. Love to see it, man. Absolutely love to see it. And the Grizzlies are a class organization. I've never heard anything negative about them. So I wish them the best, you know, except for when they play us, obviously. But is Reddit live NBA streaks down? Reddit's live NBA streams. I read an article a couple of days ago that they took down. The NBA took down all the Reddit streams. So I don't know if they'll be active for next season. Hopefully they are, because a lot of people can't afford cable. But if not, you can always tune in here and I'll give my analysis, man. I'll hopefully break things down for you, paint a mental picture for you. As much as that sucks, I'm not making fun of you. I'm just saying it's tough. Been there before when I couldn't afford cable back in the day, so I know how you feeling, man. Let's go Lakers. What's up, Dan? What's up, man? How you doing, Max? Chilling, man. Here's where it gets interesting. Obviously the Knicks, RJ Barrett. Right after this, let's see where they go after this. Let's hear it. Cable is expensive. It's like $150 now. There it is. Third pick, Knicks.
The New York Knicks select RJ Barrett.
Great pick. Great pick. RJ goes where he wanted to go. I think this kid has a world of potential, man. I think he's going to be better than Jason Tatum. That's right, I said it. I think he's going to be better than Tatum. I think Tatum's overrated. I think this kid is going to be what Tatum's supposed to be with the hype. The way they hype up Tatum, I think that's what he's going to be. RJ Barrett, he averaged 23 points per game. He didn't even have his best shooting season at Duke, and he played in a system where they got to move the rock. So, he played behind the great Zion, obviously, but he has a lot of potential, man. And I wouldn't be shocked if 3 to 4 or 5 years down the road, we're looking at this kid as a superstar. That's right, I threw the word super because I really like him. He's a smooth operator, good scorer, great potential on defense, good length, good size. Great pick by the Knicks. I know they're not happy because they didn't get Zion, but this kid's going to be good. I can just feel it. And he has the right attitude, and I think he's going to be a hard worker. So, and he's a shooting guard. Think about it, man. They don't make a lot of 6'8", 6'9" shooting guards. Can take you off the dribble. He's sneaky athletic. Yeah, he does need to use his right hand, but from what I heard, it's on ESPN, by the way, the draft. From what I heard from RJ, is that he's actually right-handed, but he's ambidextrous, so he likes to use his left. Maybe we'll see a little more right hand from him in the NBA. Laker Nation for Life, she says, do you have any updates on the Lakers? Actually, yes, I do. The Lakers are still trying to move up in the draft, trying to buy a second-round pick. Obviously doesn't count against the cap. If they draft second-round picks, you can go over the cap to sign them. So, that's the good news on that. So they might be active in the second round. Again, I will be doing a post recap after the second round's over to see who won the draft and all that good stuff. But Lakers are trying to do a lot of stuff, and hopefully after tonight, we get more clarity on cap space. Potentially, we could stay right there at 27, 24, but we still have a lot of money to work with. To me, that's great. It could be a blessing in disguise. Maybe instead of having that third star, we'll have more depth. And in the league, you need depth because injuries happen all the time. So it'll be interesting to see, what direction. Remember, guys, free agency is literally 10 days away. So anything can happen, and it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. Let me check my Twitter here, update you guys on anything going on, see if any trades. Wojnarowski's busy with his Laker hating ass. He's busy today. He said Cleveland is still discussing possible trades, including the 5th overall pick and separate deals to unload J.R. Smith, partially guaranteed expiring contract. That would absorb a bad contract into the cap space attached. So basically, the Cavs might trade the 5th pick. Now, this is going to be awkward. The Lakers are about to pick for the Hawks, and whoever we pick, most likely R.J. Hunter, is going to he's going to have to wear the Laker cap, so that'll be interesting. See what R.J. has to say.
I'm just ready for this. And I want to embrace the city and embrace the team and everything, so I'm ready to go.
Yeah, you said that you were built for this, and you wrote down at 12.
See, this kid, what's impressive to me is that Knicks fans are going to love him because he wanted the limelight. A lot of people, DeAndre Hunter. A lot of people are intimidated by the bright lights by New York. He said he would be happy going anywhere, but he wanted New York. So I think he's primed and ready, man. He's primed and ready. And like I said, he has a world of potential.
Just means, just representing Canada and my Kobe mentality, just that competitive mentality. So,
he said Kobe mentality. I already like him. I already love this kid.
We saw Dad start to walk up here. Dad, what does it mean to be in this moment? Because he told you what
Pops. He looks just like Pops. That's crazy.
Excited for him.
He says Zion is a bust. I doubt that, man. At the very worst, he'll be like Julius. But he ain't no bust. Yo, let's touch it and watch. That's what's up.
Tell me what you want every Knicks fan to know about your son.
My son is going to give everything he has on court.
He's a competitor. He plays to win all the time, every time. He's going to work in the offseason. He's going to get bigger. He's going to get stronger. He's going to get more skilled. And we're just scratching the surface.
That's a proud papa right there, man.
Who he'll be for New York.
Must be nice. I never met my dad, but it must be nice to have a proud father. Proud of you like that. That's crazy. Here it goes. The awkwardness starts right here, guys. 4th overall pick going to the Hawks. Let's see if he's forced to wear that Laker hat. I don't know why y'all saying Wiggins 2.0. His game is nothing like Wiggins. It's a lot more like Jason Tatum. Definitely not Wiggins. I'm telling you what, man. The NBA is going to be must-watch TV next season. It's going to be crazy. So many moves, so much new young talent. I mean, every year is interesting, but this year, especially when my Lakers is just getting ready to take off. This pick's going to Atlanta. Oh. Looks like they're going to commercial break, so I'm going to have to mute it right there. So what do you guys think of the draft so far? We got the 3 predictable picks out of the way with Zion, RJ, and Ja Morant. Do you guys think there's going to be any crazy surprises? I want to see how far down Bobo drops in the draft. I want to see how far he drops. I also heard that the Thunder were looking to move the pick to create more cap space. I don't know what they want the cap space for. It's interesting to me. They're trading Steven Adams, because then what big man are you left with? And Steven Adams makes you one of the top defensive teams. So looks to me like the Thunder are getting ready to retool. But is that the right move? I don't know. In my opinion, I think they should just start from scratch, because they're never going to win nothing with Russell Westbrook. No hate. I'm just speaking like an NBA fan. I don't think they're going to win anything with Russell Westbrook and Paul George. If I was them right now, if they have trade value, I'd look to move them, get some young players, some draft picks, and start from scratch. They're pretty much in no man's land. They're capped out. Now they're looking to move Steven Adams. They're looking to move, some good defensive players they have over there. So I don't understand what the concept is there. They're definitely not going to compete defensively as good as they were last year without Steven Adams in the middle. So Dan, did you hear that the Knicks turned down a CP3 trade? Absolutely. I mean, why would you want Chris Paul? He's on the back end of his career. He has a bad attitude. We know that about him. And his contract is too blown. I mean, they did the right thing. I don't even think the Knicks were dumb enough to do that. The Rockets are stuck. That's why they denied the reports about Chris Paul demanding a trade, because they're stuck with him. I'm sure they tested the market, and they figured out that the only thing they could do is buy him out. And that's no good, because that goes against their cap for years. And it actually takes talent away from their roster. So, yeah, this is going to be their final run, I think, this year. And after this, I wouldn't be shocked if Mike D'Antoni gets fired if it doesn't work out after this year, and they move in a different direction. They might be forced to trade James Harden and start from scratch. I don't know. He said the Pelicans have linked the Lakers in the deal with Atlanta. It allows them to possibly move those picks so they can get the $30 million on spot. Well, I haven't got that report yet, but if that's true, that'll be very beneficial to the Lakers moving forward. I mean, but I'm sure the Lakers have a strategy plan. There have been multiple reports saying that the Lakers didn't plan ahead. Here it is. There it is. Let's see. See, this is just a Pelicans/Hawk deal. So it has nothing to do with the Lakers from what I'm seeing. This was the Pelicans unloading Solomon Hill and turning that 4th pick into 2 first-round picks. That's it. So here it is. There's an awkward moment. What is it going to be?
The Los Angeles Lakers select DeAndre Hunter.
And again, he's not going to the Lakers. To clear any confusion, this is going to go to Atlanta. So, I mean, that's an interesting pick for them. They get a little bit better defensively. And DeAndre Hunter is one of the wild cards in this draft. Nobody knows how good he could be. He could be better than people project. Or he could be the next Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. We don't know. But all I know is that I like the Atlanta Hawks young talent. They have John Collins, high flyer, good athletic big man. They have DeAndre Hunter, who is a knockdown shooter guy. And they have, Trae Young, obviously. So That's a nice little young core. It'll be interesting to see how they, what direction they go. Also, I believe they're going to have cap space. Not sure anybody wants to sign with Atlanta, but money talks. He said Kawhi on the way. Culver is washed, but I'll still take him. His knockdown shooting is still very valuable to a team that desperately needs it, like the Lakers. So I will still take him. Yeah, DeAndre Hunter, very interesting pick. Like I said, he's a wild card, man. He's one of these players that you just don't know how good he could be. He could be better than projected, or he could be worse. It'll be interesting to see. He said Kawhi, come and believe it. Man, at this point, I mean, people didn't believe we were going to pull off the Anthony Davis trade. So I'm happy already, regardless of whatever happens. If we get Kawhi, I'm going to be ecstatic. That's a dynasty. He said JJ Redick or Green. I like JJ Redick. I like Danny Green as well, but he's very streaky. JJ Redick is a knockdown guy. If I had to pick between both of them, I would pick JJ just because of the knockdown. However, Danny Green gives you more versatility. 6'6" shooting guard who can, or is it 6'7"? I'm not sure. Who can, switch multiple positions, and he could definitely do some stuff on the defensive end. So I like Danny Green for those reasons. But JJ Redick is definitely the pick for sure. Give you guys a little promo right here. Maybe I get sponsored by Powerade. He said, Dan, I want D'Lo as a point guard. I mean, it would be nice to have back in LA. Definitely gives us some stretching of the floor and some playmaking. But I wouldn't hold my breath for D'Angelo because he seems to be the sensitive type. And sensitive types never go back to the team that traded him. So we'll see. I could be wrong. Money talks at the end of the day. Trevor Ariza or Danny Green? Oof, that's a tough one. I love both of them. Don't get me wrong. But I think Danny Green has younger legs than Ariza. At this point, I'll probably take Danny Green. But I do love Trevor forever. Ariza, man. It was part of that championship run. I'll never forget what we got. So I'm kind of split on that one. Bring back D'Lo. He's only 23 years old. I mean, I would love to. Don't get me wrong. I would love to. That gives us a young core to mix in with the veterans. That means that, when LeBron retires, our core is going to look like D'Angelo, Kuzma, and Anthony Davis. I mean, I would be super happy with that. But, again, I wouldn't hold my breath. Split the $30 million between D'Lo and Randall. That's pretty much what I had proposed to you guys in my last video. But, again, I wouldn't hold my breath for it simply because those guys probably hold a grudge. Unless their grudge is strictly with Magic. Again, money talks. So, I think they're going to get paid a lot of money elsewhere. I can see a franchise like the Knicks picking one of them up if they strike out on, all the stars. I can see somebody like that picking him up. Patrick Beverly would be a good defensive pickup. I would like him for about 7 to 10 mil range. No more than that. Because we need some shooters. We're going to need some money.
Player that targeted is another guard, Darius Garland from Vanderbilt.
Darius Garland has now slipped. Look for the Cavs to pick him up here. If not, the Phoenix Suns would love to have somebody like Darius Garland. They've been looking for a point guard for a while. So, but I think he's about to get picked up right here. It would be a great pick at number 5 for the Cavs, but they already have Sexton. What they could do is they could trade either Sexton or Garland and bring back more assets in return. So that'll be interesting. Oh yeah, I forgot the Suns traded the pick to the Timberwolves. So. That means Jared Culver is about to get picked up potentially by the Timberwolves. That's going to be interesting.
College players, no one has played fewer games than that. It's still been a first-round draft pick. So you look at this right now.
Yeah, it looks like the Cavs selected Darius Garland from what I'm hearing on Twitter. So, I mean, that's pretty good. Oh, Terrence Ross is another great pickup. If the Lakers could pick him up with his high-volume shooting, that'd be great. Pacers trying to get D'Angelo. I mean, him and Victor Oladipo will make a nice backcourt, but I just don't see D'Lo as a small market player. He's like he likes to be in the limelight, so I can see him going to New York if he doesn't stay in Brooklyn, or something like that. He said Hunter, Laker legend. Yeah, we're not getting DeAndre, bro. That player's going to get rerouted elsewhere. I just want the Lakers to trade into the second round because we're going to have options there. I would like the Lakers to definitely trade into the second round. Let's see what happens. The Hawks must have really, really liked DeAndre Hunter to pick him up. because they gave up 17, and they also gave up, what was it, number 11, I think. So that's interesting. I think Darius just found out he's going to Cleveland. Look, he has that kind of disappointed look. To start off your career in Cleveland. I mean, you got to be grateful. You're going to be a millionaire regardless. You're a pro. It's an opportunity, but I mean, you would have rather go to New York or somewhere else. I like Chumara, man, or whatever his name is. Sorry if I butchered it. I like him, but I don't love him as much as other people. Some people are even calling him a poor man's Giannis. I'm not going to go that far, man. I'm not going to go that far. Here it is, Darius Garland for the Cavs.
The Cleveland Cavaliers select Darius Garland.
I always like to see the reaction. He's not too happy. He's excited because he's going to the NBA, but he's not too excited. You can kind of see the look of disappointment in his eyes a little bit. That's tough, man. Unless they trade him away, I mean, he's going to Cleveland. He said, what picks do we have this year? We have 0 picks as of right now. However, the Lakers trying to trade into the second round, and we'll see. He said, we got like the pick 43. I haven't heard nothing about that. Nothing about the Lakers getting a pick. Where are you guys hearing this at, man? You definitely got to loop me because I get all the news right here on Twitter first. So.
Like Chauncey Billups.
Is that right?
How about that? How about you told me today? Because you get high on him, and that's why I asked you if you said, well, I have to play with him.
I've never heard of it. That's pretty amazing.
How about that? He's the guy that college fans might not have seen a lot, but NBA scouts have seen a lot there. An absolutely beautiful shooting stroke.
Darius Garland, just to break him down really quick, Darius Garland is going to be nice. I liked him potentially going to the Lakers had we kept his pick. He's a knockdown shooter. He said he looks up to guys like Damian Lillard, guys like that who can knock down the shot off the dribble, come off a screen and rolls that could be deadly. That's exactly the type of game that he should strive for, man. He's actually deceptive as well. So I like him. I think they got good value there. I definitely think they got good value there at the number 5 pick. Cleveland, if they keep Darius Garland, they don't have Kyrie Irving no more. So they've been looking for a guard to replace that. So why is everybody saying Kyrie to LA? Is this a troll job or how'd you hear it? I think you're just trolling, bro. I wish, man, if we got Kyrie, I'd be ecstatic. You guys know he's one of my favorite point guards, especially the way he spurned the Boston Celtics. So, Kyrie Irving, man, him and LeBron got that chemistry. That would be amazing. But nothing's confirmed. If I ain't reading about it on Twitter, it ain't real, man. People are upset because the picks are being spoiled on Twitter. So I'm gonna ask you guys, do you guys want me spoiling the picks before they happen on TV and we share them together, or you want me to keep it to myself and then just break down the pick after the pick is made? Basically, just say yes. You want me to spoil the pick or no? You guys want this? Just say here yes or no. I want to see all the votes, man. See what you guys say. For the most part, you guys want me to spoil the pick. So, all right, I got one no. Mostly, yeah. All right, for sure. Then I'll give it to you guys as soon as I get it here on Twitter, man. Wojnarowski, if you guys don't follow him on Twitter, him or Shams, they always break the picks before they happen every year. So it kind of takes some of the excitement away, but at the same time, you know it first. So that's good. All right. Let's see who the next pick is at number 6. This one's going obviously to the Timberwolves. They completed a trade earlier. So it'll be interesting to see who the Timberwolves coveted enough that they traded away an asset, right? They traded away Darius for this pick to the Phoenix Suns. So let's see who they coveted that they had to move up and grab the pick. It'll be interesting. I'm refreshing my Twitter now. We'll see. We'll see who the Minnesota Timberwolves are selecting. Again, the Suns are picking for them, but the trade will be finalized. Nothing yet. Let's see. I thought the Suns were going to try to move up and get Darius Garland. I'm kind of shocked they did this move, but I guess everybody's just stockpiling up draft picks. Draft picks are ever since the new CBA. Draft picks are worth a lot more now. People want more of them. Even second rounders are worth more. Back then, you could easily buy into the first round. So it'll be interesting to see who they want here. Could be Kobe White. From what I heard, Kobe White is very highly touted. He's been moving up people's draft boards. So, it'll be interesting to see. Here it is. First round pick for the 11th overall and Darius Saric. So who are the Suns picking at number 11th? See what happens here. It's always interesting to me when a team moves up because that means they really coveted a player that they felt the need to move up in the draft. So that to me is interesting. Let's see who they coveted. Let's see who's moving up, who's having the good workouts, or who somebody potentially sees more potential than was originally reported. Hey, what up, C? How you doing, bro? Can the Lakers buy into the second round? Yes, they can. However, is anybody going to be willing to sell their pick? That's the question. Remember, like I said, it's picks are really valued a lot more now than they used to be. So Minnesota selecting Jared Culver at number 6. That's a great pickup by them, by the way. Jared Culver to Minnesota. I can see why they moved up. Jared Culver was projected to go to us at number 4. So he slipped down a little bit, but I think they got their shooting guard of the future right there if he pans out. He reminds me a lot of that Brooklyn guard, that shooting guard, Brooklyn guard. I think I forget his name, but I know you guys know who I'm talking about. The one who got injured, he was having a beast season, then he came back and he balled up in the playoffs. He was, that shooting guard, really, really good. That's what Jared Culver reminds me of potential-wise. I think he could be like that guy from the Brooklyn Nets. He said it's Harrison Barnes. Some people Karis LeVert. Thank you. Somebody always remembers. I appreciate that. Yeah, Karis LeVert for sure. Is a Dtlf Armando from Australia here? How does the Hawks pick impact the cap space situation? It basically means that the trade is officially going to go down on July 6th. But from the reports I'm hearing, people are overblowing that, exaggerating it, saying that Pelinka wasn't aware of the cap situation. Actually, it was the opposite. Pelinka was exactly aware of the cap situation. Everything just – obviously, when it has the Lakers involved, there's all this extra unnecessary drama. We won the trade because we got Anthony Davis, period. Whatever comes after that is a bonus. So we need not to worry about the cap situation. Either we're going to get a max free agent and some mid-level exception and veterans minimum guys, or we're going to get a max, or we're going to get a bunch of good, high-value, quality role players. So either way, it's a win. We already have our big three anyways in LeBron, Anthony Davis, and Kuzma. I would like Caruso to be signed as well. Yeah, Jared Culver was a great pick to the Phoenix Suns. I like him a lot. Like I said, he reminds me of Karis LeVert. I think, here's the thing, though. Do you play him at the 3, though? Or are they getting ready to make a blockbuster trade and get rid of Devin Booker? I don't know what's going on with the Suns. I don't know what their plan is. To me, the better fit here would have been Darius Garland. So, DTLF, what do you think about Barnes as a free agent? I think he's going to require too much money. I like him as a player. Don't really love him. For the money he's going to demand, he gave up, what was it, 25 mil? He opted out of 25 mil. He's crazy. I would have never did that. Never opted out of 25 mil. But, hey, power to him. If he feels he could, take a pay cut somewhere and try to compete for championship, good for him. I wouldn't pay him anywhere near 20. The maximum I would give Harrison Barnes is like 12. That's the type of player I see him as, though. But then again, that's just me. He said, love your channel. I appreciate that, man. Thank you, bro. Lakers better give Alex Caruso more minutes. We'll see what happens. He said, Booker be making that money. He don't care if the Suns tank every year. LOL. Absolutely. Dan, if Kyrie goes to Lakers, please do a live rap. Woo. If Kyrie goes to Lakers, I'm dropping some sort of track about our new super team. Just like Summertime Grind and all the other tracks I've done before. So, but either way, man, a lot of content coming up. I still have another mix. If you guys haven't seen my Young Core Goodbye mix, go ahead and check that out. I got another mix coming up as soon as our roster is completed with all our new players. So I can't wait for that hype mix for the 2019-2020 season. Hopefully we're talking about a max free agent, but if not, again, I'm still excited. A lot of good role players to be had. This was the offseason to pull off this trade because there's a lot of good role players to be had right now. So Chicago potentially is gonna select Kobe White. So there it is. There it is. Potentially Kobe White going to the Chicago Bulls. That might be kind of like a low risk, high reward type pick. So, I like him. I like Kobe White, not just because his name is Kobe with a C, but very good combo guard, man. Let's see who gets. See, they compare him to Jimmy Butler. That's a high praise. If he turns out to be half of the player Jimmy Butler is, that's a win right there. Again, my comparison carries LeVert. He said Caruso and Rondo as point guards for the Lakers. You know what? Maybe. We'll see. I'm open to it, but it depends who else we get. He said, what about Wesley Matthews, 3-and-D guy for about $6 million for 1 year? $6 million for 1 year would be a steal. If he's available for that much, you have to pick him up. I like his shooting, but he's still very streaky compared to how he was in Portland. In Portland, he was a lot more consistent. But I still like him as a player. Nice little 3-and-D, could take you off the dribble, do some things here and there. So, yeah, why not? Wow, it's interesting. They came out with Jared Culver, slipped all the way down to number 6. So that's definitely a dub for Phoenix. However, again, what are they planning to do with Devin Booker? Are they going to play both of them together in the backcourt? Is Booker going to play some point guard? Put my charger because my phone is getting ready to die here. That's right. He is going to the Timberwolves. I keep forgetting they made that trade. So Jared Culver going to the Timberwolves, that makes a lot more sense, obviously. I kind of blanked out for that. Thank you for reminding me. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, he definitely is a good fit for the Timberwolves. But that probably means they might trade Wiggins. That means they got a bigger plan in hand. T said, Dan, just getting off of work and starving. What sounds better, Baker's or Waba Grill? Ooh, I'm a Waba Grill guy. I'm not a big fan of Baker's, honestly, but to each his own. I don't like the burgers as much from Baker's. But Waba Grill for me, that chicken teriyaki, the chicken teriyaki bowl with the rice and the veggies is bomb. Or you can go, the Waba bowl with half and half. I love Waba Grill. Kawhi went to the Blue baseball game in Toronto, the Blues. And Toronto, hey, maybe he's settling in. But honestly, I'll be 100% honest with you guys. I much rather see him once or twice a year in Toronto than 4 times a year with the Clippers, God forbid, or with, some other team in the West. So, it's not the worst thing if he stays in Toronto. I still think we have, enough to beat them if we just add some role players. How about Patrick Beverley and JJ Redick? That would be a dream backcourt duo to go with the top 2 we have already. That would be perfect. Is it Cam Reddish to Boston at 14? Man, Cam Reddish has slipped. So it'll be interesting to see where he goes. He is coming off of a minor knee surgery, I believe. But Tacos Gavilano or King Taco? I mean, in LA, I was a King Taco guy. But since moving out to the IE, Tacos Gavilano. There's not a lot of King Tacos down here, if any. So yeah, Tacos Gavilan, you can get the molita with the carne asada in the middle. Bomb. If you guys don't know what Mexican food is, try the molitas. It's basically 2 tortillas with cheese. You can throw veggies and salsa in there, or you can just have it like that with cheese, carne asada in the middle. Man, my mouth just watered. It is Chicago Bulls. Kobe White. Kobe White is what I just read. Yes, this could be another underrated pick. I mean, this draft has the potential to have some steals here and there. Nothing like in the past, but definitely, it's top heavy, but you can find little steals here and there. But with a name like Kobe, he gotta be good, right? Then again, there was Kobe Carl, so you never know. Dan, would you offer Jimmy Butler the max? Not the super max, but around 30 mil, sure. Why not? But it wouldn't be like a long-term deal. It'd be more like a 2-year deal with a third-year team option, simply because he's a hothead. And, I only want him here while LeBron is here because obviously LeBron's going to command respect. But after that, do I want him around my young core of AD, Kuzma, and potentially other young players? Probably not. So I had Popeyes earlier, but some Waba Grill or sushi sounds good for dinner. Yeah, man, all of that stuff is bomb. I'm actually only going to cover the first round. I might not even make it for the whole first round because I haven't eaten. I have to go buy something to eat. So, but I come back after the draft is done and recap it with you guys. Regardless, I'll be here. Normally, I'm a lot more hyped for the draft, but since we don't have draft picks so far, it's not as exciting for me as it has been in the past years. But still, you love to see where the future talent is going and how teams start shaping up here and there. I would love for there to be a blockbuster trade. That always makes it more exciting. But so far, nothing major. Nobody with players from the current NBA involved. Mostly it's been draft. In-N-Out or Chick-fil-A? Oh, that's easy. In-N-Out all day. You're a Cali boy. You already know that In-N-Out life is where it's at, man. All day. I like these questions, by the way. Anytime we talk about food, oh, man, y'all get me excited. But In-N-Out, bang for your buck. The flavor is amazing. And then best burgers in Cali, for sure. I know some people like other stuff, but I'm an In-N-Out guy. I keep it simple. So I've never had Waba Grill. It's pretty good, man. You should definitely check it out. Waba Grill's bomb. What other good spots are there? If you guys recommend any good places, go ahead and throw them on the comment section. I want to read about them. Dan, did you get your free taco on the 18th at Taco Bell? No, I didn't, man. I didn't. I didn't feel like driving over there for just one taco, But, I mean, it's a good marketing campaign for them. They get some customers that potentially weren't planning on driving down there, and they get that just for one taco. It's worth it. Kobe White looks high, man. What's going on with Kobe White's eyes? Maybe he's just a Brandon Ingram type, huh? He said, Dan, have you ate Mediterranean food? Never. Is it bomb? And if so, recommend some restaurant. I'll definitely try it out. She said, In-N-Out all the way. Absolutely. In-N-Out for life. I mean, there's like 3 restaurants that I have up there for sure. There's Cane's. If you guys haven't tried Raising Cane's, it's up there, especially the one in Downey. That one's bomb. The one we have down here is hit or miss. Some days they make the chicken really good and fresh. Some days no. But the one they have down there in LA and Downey, when I've gone to visit my brother, bomb. And that's Raising Cane's. Number 2, In-N-Out. Again, these are my top 3 go-tos that pretty much never fail. In-N-Out, obviously. And number 3, I recently added to my list of Pizza Pieology. If you guys haven't had that, it's the Subway of pizza, but the pizza tastes so authentic, so original, so fresh. The sauce is so delicious. The cheese is some of the best cheese you can have on pizza. They have all kinds of crust, gluten-free, thin, the pie rice crust, everything. And it's just so good. Definitely give that a shot if you guys already have it. Dan, you got to try Filipino food, man. I've tried some in the past. It's pretty good, man. I've tried some in the past when I was younger, though. I definitely got to try it now as an adult. He said Kawhi to the Lakers, 100. That'd be dope, man. Trust me, I'd be ecstatic. If that happened, if Kawhi goes to the Lakers, that's the end of the NBA as we know it, man. Everybody's going to be pulling off trades, trying to compete, trying to match up. He said In-N-Out's trash and you're from LA. Bro, you gotta turn your tongue upside down because you were born with your tongue upside down. I don't know about trash. I don't know what In-N-Out you going to. You must be in a really bad area, but In-N-Out is fire, man. I don't know about trash, bro. DTLF, do you believe our Lakers could sign a star like Kyrie or Kawhi and still have enough cap space to fill the roster nicely? Absolutely, Lewis. As a matter of fact, I believe if we sign a max free agent, guys are going to take even a bigger pay cut, to come play for the Lakers, even bigger than the one they were initially going to take. Now, remember, we have veterans minimum and mid-level exception. We have one mid-level exception. I think that's about $5 million. So that could go to a high-level free agent, maybe like J.J. Redick on a one-year deal. You take a pay cut on a one-year deal, and then he can opt out on the second year. We'll have his rights, and we can overpay him for his next year. So there's that. Very similar to how we did KCP. So yeah, we're gonna have some options, and then everybody else you can fill them out. So can we use the luxury tax? Yes. Once you have certain players, you can go over the luxury tax. Once you fill out that max roster, you can go over the luxury tax, but only using the mid-level or the veterans minimum. Veterans minimum is about either 1.5 or 2.5 mil. I'm not sure. I'm not very well versed. I'm not very well versed in the salary cap situation. So it looks like the Pelicans are still shopping number 8, but right now they're focused in on Jackson Hayes. So Jackson Hayes. That could be their number 8 pick for the Pelicans right there. Don't know much about Jackson Hayes. I won't even attempt to break him down, honestly. But if they could trade this 8th pick and get some more assets in return, that'd be crazy. Is it eat some Vietnamese food? Try pho. Ooh, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not a big fan of like soups, like watery stuff. Like I never even only when I'm sick, right? Obviously, but I'm not a huge fan of soups and stuff like that. So yeah, I know what you're talking about. Pho. All my boys like it, but I've never been a fan. But yeah, if you recommend anything else, I'll definitely try it. Yeah, Jackson Hayes is another athlete, so they're gonna have an athletic front court. It's gonna be crazy. Here it is. You said go vegan, my guys. Man, you know what? I wish I had the discipline to do that. I want to, man. Eventually, I am gonna have to for my health purposes and for basketball purposes. Obviously, we're about to join a tournament, or should I say, a rec league with my boys. So I should start eating a little bit more healthier. Kicking off July 16th. So ceviche. He says ceviche. I'm allergic to seafood, man. I know a lot of you guys are gonna cringe, but go ahead, bro. You're out?
Yeah.
I'll catch you later, brother. Pizza Hut or Domino's? Man, Domino's. I'm chilling with Domino's, man. I'm definitely chilling with Domino's. Boba? Boba, is that the drink? Yeah, I've tried boba. It's pretty good. If we're talking about the drink, the one with the little like round circular stuff. So Jackson Hayes, going to New Orleans. Interesting. Seafood is bomb. Yeah, I can't have it. Unfortunately, my throat swells up, and yeah, it was bad the last time I had it. So yeah, I'm not gonna have seafood. Some boba. Yeah, love me some boba. That's pretty good. What's up, Dan? How you doing, bro? I'm doing good, man. I'm right here sitting back, chilling, enjoying the draft with you guys, just breaking it down pick by pick. We're about an hour in, so time flies when you're doing the draft. I might not even get to finish the first round, to be honest with you guys, but like I said, I'm coming back post-draft because I'm getting hungry and I got to go get something to eat.
Imagine the most athletic front court in the NBA to pair Hayes with Zion Williamson.
That's going to be fun to watch. I'm telling you, the Pelicans are going to be a blast to watch. They're going to have a crazy athletic front court with some shooting, and Lonzo Ball is going to be setting up people left and right. Do I have Streamlabs? It's like Super Chats? No, I don't even know what that is, but honestly. He said, wow, I like Hayes. David Griffin is doing great things for the Pelicans. Absolutely. He's a great GM. He's doing his thing. Shrimp cocktail. Ooh, she's going in on the seafood. Some canes. Ooh, my man got some canes. Enjoy, man. With the Texas toast. You know what I always do? I'm not a fan of coleslaw. So what I do is I tell them to put double fries instead of coleslaw, and then you dip them in the sauce. Bomb. He said we need Robert Sacre, Wesley Johnson, and Xavier Henry for a bench. Oh man, they were fun to watch under Mike D'Antoni. Robert Sacre was a great, cheering guy. He was a great cheerleader off the bench. But I really like Xavier. Xavier showed a lot of potential, and then once he got injured, he just never recovered, sadly. But you said I look so fly. What kind of shirt is this? Oh, this is a Venom shirt I got from the mall a while back, man. I think it was my last birthday when I got it. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. The local donut shop or Krispy Kreme? Krispy Kreme all day. Those glazed donuts by themselves, that's a W. Krispy Kreme is fire. Especially when they're made fresh and, they melt in your mouth. Oh, man, y'all making my mouth watery. Krispy Kreme's is flames. Have I tried Blaze Pizza? I have not, but I've heard that it's similar to Pyology, and I love Pyology, so I'll probably like it. I was gonna get Blaze Pizza the last time I went to Staples Center, but the line was too long, and I wanted to get back to the game, so I sacrificed my hunger for the Lakers all day. He's a young talent on Pelicans. They can easily take over. Whoa! Well, it's gonna take a couple years. They're not gonna take over year one, but they are gonna be fun and exciting, and I can't wait to see what kind of product they put out there. Do we have money for a bench if we get Kawhi? Yeah, we do. We do. I'm not worried about that. The most important thing here is if we land a max free agent, landing him first and then worrying about that later. Dan, do you think D'Lo would come back? I don't think he would come back. I think he's very emotional. And unless LeBron talks to him and really wants him and convinces him to come in, but he would also have to take a pay cut. I'm talking 17 mil at the most. That's the most I would give D'Lo, 15 to 17. And the rest would have to be for the rest of the free agents. He said Pelicans going to draft Bobo. No, I don't think Bobo's going to slip to 17. That'd be crazy if he does, though. I'll tell you that. If Bobo slips, that's going to be crazy. Cam Reddish still on the board, by the way, guys. So let's see here what happens. Wow, Cam Reddish still on the board. Rui Hashimura. I don't want to butcher his name, but that's crazy. Cam Reddish still on the board. That's crazy how one injury could derail you so bad. I mean, he had a minor surgery or something like that from what I read, and I thought he was going to be a top 7 player. That's crazy. This guy has good potential. I definitely like his size, and he has an NBA-ready body. That's a good pickup for who was it? The Washington Wizards? Yep, the Wizards. So that's interesting. He said Cam can go in the second round. If he goes in the second round, we better trade up and get him. That's all I'm saying. Thoughts on Shake Shack? I've never tried Shake Shack in my life, but I've heard very good things about it, man. Thanks, Cabrera. I appreciate that, bro. I try to be humble, man. I try to stay humble. Humble beginnings. You never forget where you came from, but I appreciate that, man. Thanks. If Cam was to slip in the second round, we got to find a way to buy that pick. He said Reddish has poor work ethic. That's not. He has a lot of talent, man. He has a lot of talent. At the very worst, he could be like a Rudy Gay type when he was with Memphis, and that's a very explosive, 6'8", 6'9" guy who could also play defense. I'll take that. Yeah, I don't think Cam is going to slip that, but I'll be shocked. Oh, looks like Atlanta is focused on Duke's Cam Reddish. Atlanta is winning this draft. Interesting. If they draft him, oh, is that even their pick, or did they trade this pick? I could have sworn they traded this pick. He said best thing for Cam would be getting drafted by the Spurs. That would be, that'd be scary on the Spurs. That would be scary on the Spurs. But you know what? After everything that Pop has done, all this extra stuff, I don't want the Spurs to win anymore. I don't want the Spurs to win in anything. Pop has become a Laker hater, very similar to Mark Cuban. So therefore, I don't, as much as I respect his ability to coach, I don't like the fact that he's always coming at my Lakers like that. So he always makes phone calls and they cry, tell their teams not to make trades. I'm glad David Griffin came along and got the best deal he could for Anthony Davis. But if Pop could have it his way, Anthony Davis would be a Celtic, so. Yeah, that's going to be scary, man. They're going to have Trae Young, Cam Reddish, RJ Hunter, and Zach Collins. I got to say, Atlanta's winning the draft so far. Do I like seeing Boston crumble? I love it. If you don't follow me on Twitter, go ahead and follow me, guys, at Damn the Laker Fan. I've been tweeting about this. Laker fans are so happy right now. Think about this. We landed Anthony Davis. Horford decided to opt out Kyrie decided to opt out, and we're contenders while they are no longer even in the consideration of a top team. So you gotta love it. This has been a crazy development here, man. The Pelicans are doing really good, and obviously so are the Atlanta Hawks as they take Cam Reddish right here. There's always that one player that slips. Last year it was from the Denver Nuggets. Again, I forgot their name, but you know who I'm talking about. That 6'9" power forward. I think he's going to be really good. Michael Porter Jr. Thank you. I love it that you guys always know who I'm talking about. That's how I know y'all the best NBA educated fans. Michael Porter Jr. slipped last year to that Denver Nuggets, and that's scary. When he comes back next year, that's going to be a scary, scary team. This year, if Cam Reddish slips to the Atlanta Hawks, that's going to be a nice up-and-coming team. So that's why you always got to love the draft. People saying it's a top 3, top 4 draft. There's always players that slip. You can never listen to the critics, man. They're crazy. He said Boston is garbage city, bro. I agree. I don't like Boston. I don't like Boston at all. He said Michael going to be an all-star, in my opinion. He's going to be really good. His talent, he was projected to be the top pick when the college season started last year. The top pick. And he went from that to falling out of the top 10? Man. Interesting. And by the way, let me mute these commercials, man. I almost forgot. By the way, shout out to my national team, man. Mexico's been balling. If y'all haven't been watching soccer, and also Team USA on the females, they've been playing great soccer, man. So I don't really watch soccer like that, but when the international team plays, obviously I grew up on Mexico soccer. When they play, whether it's the World Cup, the Gold Cup, or any cup, I watch. And same thing for Team USA on the female side. They've been fun to watch, man. So shout out to them as well. They're keeping the entertainment going when there's no basketball. So you got to love that. You got to have something else to go to. And for me, it's summer soccer. Summer soccer, international soccer, that kind of holds me up a little bit. But the Mexico soccer team has been balling. They have 10 goals in their first 2 games. So if you guys haven't checked them out, definitely check them out. He said, did you see Kyle Kuzma's tweets earlier today? Yeah, he was just tweeting everybody with the eye emojis. But I wasn't. I truly was hearing some stuff that the Lakers are trying to do in this draft. To be determined, let's see if they're able to execute and come out winners in this draft. So if the Lakers can somehow unload some of these contracts and they're going to come out victorious, or if they add some second-round picks that don't really count against the cap, victorious as well. So it looks like the Phoenix Suns are selecting Cam Johnson. Cam Johnson. I don't even know who that is. Who's Cam Johnson? Does anybody know who Cam Johnson is? I have no idea who that is, guys. Bobo's still slipping, by the way. There's still plenty of talent to be had. And that's another wild card player. We don't know what he's going to be.
Hopefully, make sure that background stays in place, and if Zion continues to speak with the brass in New Orleans. Right now, the Hawks are on the clock.
So okay. Oh, okay. So that's why they have the 10th pick, because of the Luka Doncic trade. That's crazy. Well, I mean, it could be worth it right here. Hawks taking Cam Reddish. I could have swore. Look, Shams just reported that at number 9, the Phoenix Suns are selecting Cam Johnson. I don't know what that means. Wow, what a pick. What a pick, man. Cam Reddish. Wow. This draft is wow. The Hawks up there for sure in this draft, for sure. Impressive. I kid you not. That's what my phone says. It says Cam Johnson. It says the Phoenix Suns selected Cam Johnson. Shams. Right here, look. You don't believe me. Cam Johnson. I don't know if it's focused in. Let me see if it focuses in. I don't know.
I think Cam Reddish is a top 5 talent.
Cam Johnson. That's what he said.
In the NBA.
It's a bootleg Reddish, is it?
6'9", he's got
That's a great pick, man. Could be the steal of the draft.
He's got NBA range as a shooter. His length and athleticism really help him as a defender. He gets steals, he gets deflections. Very good anticipation as a defender. But
For me, his floor is going to be Rudy Gay. His ceiling, I have no idea. I have no idea what this kid's ceiling could be, but he's going to be really good. I think so. And the Atlanta Hawks, they're going to be something to watch next year. Interesting. The Hawks are smart for trading. Hey, it could pay off, really. If this Reddish kid pays off, it's definitely going to be a good trade for them. Because let's not forget that, obviously, Trae Young got off to a slow start. People were calling him bust. I was defending him the whole way. I said, man, y'all can't label people in their first year. But even then, there's some late bloomers. So people were calling him bust. I said, y'all got to chill on that. And second half of the season, he could have easily been the rookie of the year. So him and Trae Young were obviously head and shoulders the best 2 rookies in the last year's draft. So that was a good trade by them. He said Cam Johnson was projected 21st. Yeah, sometimes a player will move up in the draft board.
It's a blessing. I'm super excited. I'm not ready to get to work. Super excited.
You couldn't really work out during the pre-draft process due to injury. So what can people expect from your game when they see you take the court in the NBA?
Yeah, like every guy comes in. Great work ethic.
Cam at the 2. Hey, let's keep this food conversation going, man, because y'all got me thinking what I'm going to eat. We're talking about Canes, Pyology, and In-N-Out was my top 3. What's your guys' top 3 food spots, man? I want to hear it from you guys. What's your top 3 go-tos? I know y'all got to have a top 3. He said some American Chinese food or dim sum. I love American Chinese food. I know it's not really Chinese food per se, but Panda, that's where it's at, man. Chicken Mason? Never heard of that. Where's that located at? In-N-Out, Canes, and Jack in the Box. Jack in the Box. That's interesting. Panda Express, Racing Canes. Hey Dan, if we do sign another max, how are we filling out the rest of the roster? Again, mid-level exception and veterans minimums. We'll figure it out. Denny's Norms or IHOP? Denny's Norms or IHOP? That's a good question. I like IHOP. I really like IHOP. Probably for me, IHOP. I never heard of that taco shop right there, man. That's interesting. In-N-Out, Shake Shack, and Cane's. I really got to try Shake Shack. I heard great things about it. Never tried Chick-fil-A either. Or Whataburger. Man, there's a lot of spots I got to definitely test out. Pyology, Yard House, and TJ Tacos. Never tried TJ's Tacos. Is that only in LA or where's that located at, bro? Blaze is much better than Pyology. More fancy topping choices. Oh, I'm a simple guy. That's really not going to matter to me. You know, the way I make my pizza is very simple. Half of it is just cheese because I love cheese pizza when the cheese is authentic and the sauce is very good. And the other half is bell pepper, that spicy chicken, and either ham or anything else you want to throw on it. But if it's just for the toppings, then they don't matter to me, honestly. That's only like 8 players. Yeah, don't worry about it, man. They're going to fill it out. Trust me. Let's not become cap experts. All we got to know is that guys are going to want to come over here. Guys are going to take pay cuts. We just have to make sure we recruit the proper guys. He said, cross the border in San Diego, them tacos are fire. Definitely. Carl's Jr., Popeyes, and King Taco. I haven't had Popeyes in a while. I forgot what Popeyes tastes like. Carl's Jr., I don't really like. I feel like their quality of their burgers is kind of not that great. And then King Taco's bomb. I'll give you that. He said, you're making me hungry talking about food. Hey, I'm hungry myself. I'm already looking at the clock, man. I might be out in a little bit here. Church's Chicken? Church's Chicken, I haven't had that since I was a kid. My mom used to work there, so she used to bring home some chicken nuggets. They were bomb from Church's. Here it is. Timberwolves.
Cameron Johnson.
There it is. That's Cameron Johnson. Okay.
There were 24
Okay, so I guess Shams mistweeted earlier. Popeyes is tasteless and nasty. Dan, have you tried carne asada fries? I have, but the spot where I tried them weren't that great. So, yeah, it was just a random spot I stopped by. I have. He said, Dan, did you hear about Kawhi with his moving boxes? I did, but that could mean anything. It could be him buying a house in Toronto. It could be him moving back to Cali. It could be anything. So I'm not really going to put too much into that. But I do believe we can land a max free agent. I believe. T said, I meant that's a nice hat on your couch. Oh, yeah. Thanks. It was given to me by a great friend. El Pollo Inca, Peruvian cuisine. Oh, man. I remember that spot. There was one in Gardena when I was younger. And my mom and my brothers, we used to go to all the time. They used to have music and everything. It was great. So, yeah, I remember that. Always get the stars on 2K, never lost. He said Kuzma tweet earlier is code for Kyrie's height, which is 6'3" inches. I would love it. If it's Kyrie, I'm going to be ecstatic. I would love it. That would make us that much more exciting. Can you imagine a crossover king next to the dunk king, next to the post-up / stretch you out, take you off the dribble guy? This is going to be crazy. You like Golden Corral? I think Golden Corral's a bit overrated. Maybe it's the local one they opened up. I didn't like it. I only went there like twice. I think it's a little too pricey for the food they have. Not all of it is top quality. The meat is. The steak is really top quality. Certain things are bomb, but if you notice, they give you a very low amount of like grade A stuff, and the rest is B quality. I love that hat. That's my favorite hat. So, thanks. Golden Corral is a buffet. Yeah, I know it's a buffet, but what I'm saying is like some of the stuff they have, like the meat is great, and other stuff they have, it's not so great. If we get Kyrie Irving, the league is over. We will win every game. I won't say every game because load management, injuries, and all that. You have to take that into account, but we will definitely win the championship. Dynasty in the making for sure. Then isn't it weird that LeVar gets banned from ESPN as soon as Lonzo gets traded? I was watching that as it happened, and I started dying. I couldn't believe he said that to Molly. So I can see why they would ban him. It was hilarious, but the reactions what made it so funny. Stephen A was like, "Oh my lord," that I was dying when I seen that, and then Max he had the little, he had the face like he wanted to bust up laughing, but he was just holding back. And then Molly popped out her eyes. I was dying, man. That was hilarious. The one thing I will say about LeVar, as much of a dummy as he is, he talks a lot out of his backside. He says, his son's better than Steph Curry. He says the Ball brothers would have won you a championship. All this nonsense. He's very entertaining. So that's the reason I've always liked him, even though I kind of dislike him because he comes at my Lakers. But I don't know, man. That was one of the funniest moments I've seen on live TV. What are your thoughts on LeVar saying the Lakers will never win a championship without Lonzo? That's the funny part. That's what I'm saying. Like, he's a clown. You can't take anything he says serious. He's been saying dumb stuff since they gave him the spotlight. So, I mean, that's what he is. He's just a clown. He's there to entertain. Look at it. Man, RJ is so proud. He's over here waving the Knick jersey. I think the happiest man tonight is RJ. I think a lot of people wanted to go to the Knicks. If the Lakers would have been there, obviously, a lot of people would have wanted to go there. But, it's a good situation for RJ. Dan, who will the Lakers face in the finals next year? If Kawhi stays, Toronto. If it ain't Kawhi, I can see Philly leapfrogging over. I still don't feel like the Bucks are ready. They're like one piece away. I can see either Toronto, and if Kawhi's not there, then it might be Philly. I think Philly might be ready to take that next step, but they have to, in my opinion, add another elite scorer. They had Jimmy Butler. I thought Tobias Harris was kind of quiet in the playoffs. Their weakness to me is Ben Simmons. If they could trade him for an elite scorer like Bradley Beal, they're making it to the finals. Who's the biggest threat to the Lakers? We don't know yet because the trade could go down. We don't know yet because we haven't seen the full roster yet. So I mean, I'll definitely get back to you on that question. Stop talking food, yo. I'm at work, hungry. LOL. I'm hungry too, man. I'm actually holding in there. I've been in here streaming for over an hour, and I'm starving. So I'm gonna get off in a little bit here. I'm trying to hold up at least to like the 20s. Where we at number 12? But after that, I'll be back after the draft is done with a post draft recap, and I'll tell you guys who I believe won the draft, and hopefully we have something to talk about as far as the Lakers go. Hey, Dan, considering the 76ers history, do you think their pick is going to get injured before the season starts? Oh, God, no. I never wish injury on nobody. I hope not. That would be horrible.
With the 12th pick, the 2019 NBA draft, the Charlotte Hornets select P.J. Washington Jr.
P.J. Washington. That means my boy Bobo is still on the board, so that's interesting. He said top role players or max free agents. I'll take a max free agent because role players, there's always buyouts in the middle of the season. There's always all kinds of options to role players. Max free agents, you can't get those every day. So I'll take a max free agent if I can. If not, then we'll go role players. My point guard preference? Well, now that he's no longer a Boston Celtic, I can finally say Kyrie Irving is my favorite point guard in the NBA. I mean, he's flashy, he's fun, he's clutch. He's not afraid of the big moment, and best handles in the league, hands down. So, yeah, Kyrie Irving is my point guard preference. I don't really have a lot of favorite point guards. Lonzo was the other one because I love the fact that he's, pass first, and he's a lockdown defender, and he can get hot. So, they're up there as far as preference goes, but Kyrie's it, man. Arby's or Quiznos? I'm not a big fan of either. I've tried Arby's. It was pretty all right, but not a huge fan. And Quiznos, I prefer Subway. I know Quiznos got a better meatball, but that's about it. Shannon said that Zion will not be a superstar. What do you think, Dan? I think Zion's going to be a superstar. I really do. I believe it. I've seen his body of work. He has a lot of heart. If he just adds a jump shot, it's a wrap. Laker fans since Chris Mim, Kareem Rush, Chucky Atkins, and Brian Grant 2005 days. Just in case anybody accuses of being a bandwagon fan. I remember those days. Those days were tough, man. So I remember. That was when we first traded Shaq. I'll never forget it. He said, hey, Dan, I mess with you on Twitter. That's what's up, man. I appreciate that, bro. Thanks for the follow. There's a Thai House restaurant in Redlands, which is down the street from Walmart. Bomb? Is it bomb? What do you recommend from there? Like, let's say I was to go and grab something from there right now. Is it bomb? That's the question. P.J. Washington's a nice pickup for sure for the Charlotte Hornets, but hey, he's on a team that's about to be capped out if they max Kemba. So, what food are you getting? I'm not sure yet. I haven't made up my mind. I'm very indecisive sometimes when I go out and eat. I wait till the very last minute, so I'm not sure, man. But everything you guys have mentioned sounds great. If I could have it all, I would. Dan, what do you think of Terry Rozier? Terry Rozier is nice, but I think if I'm not mistaken, he's a restricted free agent, so I wouldn't throw no money his way. Obviously, Boston would just wait 3 days and then re-sign him. So yeah, if it was unrestricted, then I consider him, but I believe he's restricted. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think Ja Morant is the best player in the draft. I mean, he could be. Could easily be Zion, could be RJ Barrett, or maybe somebody we're not even talking about. I don't know. But I love the surprises. There's always surprises, just like Donovan Mitchell, and you gotta love it. The best is Jersey Mike's. I like Jersey Mike's. It's pretty bomb, but it's really expensive, and I always like to get bang for my buck. I ain't rich, so I go to Subway. They always send me the coupons too. Those coupons. Buy one 6-inch, get one free type stuff. So that's the reason I favor certain restaurants other than others. Because, I'm a grown man. I pay my own bills. So at the end of the day, I got to be in a budget. Wingstop or Buffalo Wild Wings? Ooh. Again, I'm a budget guy. So Wingstop on Tuesdays, they got the boneless wings. You got to like the spicy Korean barbecue ones and also like the original hot. But I do love Buffalo Wild Wings, man. Their hot wings are the bomb. Not to mention their cheese sticks. Who's the worst Laker in your opinion? I'm going to assume you're saying of all time, and I have to give that to Smush Parker. I would have said Kwame Brown because he had small hands and he was scared of the moment, but at least he didn't badmouth the Lakers after we traded him. Smush Parker was garbage. His ego was too high, and he was good only for his first year. After that, he played horrible, and then he ended up blaming Kobe for the fall of his career. So that Smush Parker is probably one of the worst Lakers. Right behind him, though, I gotta say a slightly second is Dwight Howard, because for the hype that was behind this guy, Kobe knew it all along. He was soft, it was soft. So yeah, probably Dwight Howard. Second. What about the worst Lakers? Mine's is Scrub Parker, Jody Cheeks. Jody Meeks was nice. I don't know what you're talking about. He was nicer than Mike D'Antoni. System. Marcelo Huertas was one of the fan favorites because he would make nice passes. Kwame Brown, I understand. Dwight Howard, I definitely understand. Worst Laker was Lonzo. Absolutely not. That's just hating the young man. He was not even close to the. He was one of the best young talents we had. He's up there with D'Lo, man. I don't know what you're talking about. Robert Sacre, George Hill, or Kwame Brown. I mean, I never put Robert Sacre there because he was great off the bench as far as hyping up the talent we had, and he was just a great personality guy. Devin Eastbanks was overhyped. We all thought he was going to be good, and he turned out to be really bad. But, I mean, he's definitely not up there with Kwame and Smush and Dwight Howard. Chris Min was the worst. Chris Min was just basically like a throw-in and a trade, I believe. So I don't really – it is what it is. Dan, hands down, DTLA, hot dogs. Dyer. I'm not a big hot dog guy. I never liked hot dogs like that, honestly. Just, if I'm speaking honestly with you guys, straight up. I love the draft because it brings back excitement. The draft dunks gonna be like the 90s again in that way. I hope it sways back to attacking the rim, man, because I'm getting tired of everybody shooting half-court threes. That's kind of frustrating. But, yeah, I mean, if some of these guys could change the face of the NBA like Zion, that'd be great. Let's see who's going next. Kevin Porter Jr. still on the board. Miami is focused on Tyler Hero. That's a great pick. This kid has the potential to be a really good guard. We all know how Kentucky guards pan out to be, He said, I replaced Jody Meeks with Morrison. Okay, Adam Morrison, he just wasn't confident, man. And, I'm not going to talk bad on him. I kind of felt bad for Adam Morrison. But, yeah, I guess you could throw him up there. Dan, go to the Costco food court if you want bang for your buck. I do. I've been there. I like the chicken bake wraps. They're bomb. The pizza I'm not a huge fan of. I actually like Sam's Club pizza better. But the chicken bake wrap, pretty bomb. Pretty dang bomb. Tyler Hero coming up. He said, how does a trade today affect the Lakers cap space? It affects it only in the sense that as of right now, we have $23 million. We'd have to trade Bonga. We'd have to trade Mo Wagner, and we have to trade Jones to get up closer to the max. And then, obviously, Anthony Davis would have to waive his $4 million. However, from what I've heard, Anthony Davis is willing to waive it if we land a max free agent. Other than that, he's not going to waive it, nor should he. It was easy for us to sit here and tell a man to waive his $4 million, trade bonus, but that's $4 million, man. That's bank. He said, "What area are you of? What area of LA are you in again?" I'm not in LA. If you guys know, you've been following my channel. I'm actually in the Inland Empire, which is like 45 to 50 minutes out of LA. But I grew up in Compton, up until I was like 13, and then I moved over here. So, I'm a LA native. I go over there to visit once in a while. My brother lives down there. My uncles live down there. So, He said, "What's the best barbecue joint you ever had?" Barbecue joint. That's a good question. I'm not sure, man. I'm not sure. Probably Lucille's. You ever tried Lucille's in LA? They sell some of the best barbecue ribs. Ooh, man. Crazy. I'm from Lonzo's area. Pretty much. Not exactly, but yeah, pretty much. See, Tyler Hero got selected by the Heat. That's a good pickup for them. I liked him. Had we stayed around that area, if you guys remember, when we were projected to go 11 to 13, I always thought, Tyler Hero was the name to throw in there. But since we moved up, he was no longer an option. He said it will be a 3-team trade. The Lakers will have space for a max contract. I hope so, man. And I think it's official till it's official. So
a little bit higher than some people anticipated.
He said Lucille's is trash. DTLA, I'll put on some good barbecue. I don't know, man. From what I've tasted from Lucille's, it's bomb. I don't know about trash. You're probably picking the wrong things from the menu. Shannon Brown was a great dunker. I remember Shannon Brown, man. He showed me so much potential, but unfortunately, once he got traded, he was never the same again. He said, "What's your starting five this year if the Lakers don't land a big fish?" If we don't land a big fish, I think I'm gonna go with the starting five. One of my boys mentioned on here earlier. I really liked it. Point guard Patrick Beverly, because we're gonna need some perimeter defense without Lonzo there. Shooting guard JJ Redick, small forward. LeBron James, power forward. Either power forward or small forward. LeBron James or Kuz. They can interchange again. Power forward, one of the two, and then at center Anthony Davis. That's a small ball lineup, but that can kill on both ends, offense and defense. That's a starting lineup. Off the bench, I would love to have like a Danny Green. I don't know. There's a lot of options off the bench. Wayne Ellington, some shooters. So yeah, we definitely have options. Let's see. We will see. He said, Dan, OKC trying to unload the 21st. Think LA will no, because we're trying to clear cap, so I don't think LA will trade it into it. Unless we trade for that 21st pick and then we use that to unload the rest of the contracts. You know? And most likely they're trying to move back into the draft and probably trying to clear some cap space. I'm not sure. But Romeo Langford is going 14. So that's who they're drafting. That's a good pick for them, unfortunately. They didn't get Bobo, though. That's the good news. Romeo Langford to Boston. So you heard it here first, guys, right here. I got you. I got the sources, Wojnarowski, Shams, always reporting first. If you don't have a Twitter, guys, and you want to know what the best news is, I recommend you get a Twitter because it's like your custom-made newspaper with news that comes to you on the date. The old heads, too. They don't need LA Times no more. With Twitter, you can follow all your favorite news outlets and get the latest from the greatest as soon as it happens. LA could take Adams and the pick. But what are you giving in return? Kuz? Because I don't want to trade Kuz. That's for sure. That's for sure. Because I like Reddit too. I don't really be on Reddit, but I've heard some great things. Dan, can you put together a Lakers worst starting five and guess how many games they will win in the NBA now? The worst starting five. What do you mean by worst? You mean with what we have now, or potentially what we could get in the market? Yeah, Adams has a huge contract. I definitely don't. Much as I like him and he would be great, that contract is huge, and I can see a team taking on his contract. But what do the Thunder want in return? Are they trying to create cap space and try to get a max free agent, or what exactly do they want? He said, OKC is way over the cap. I heard they are trying to unload, may give Adams and a first away. That would be really stupid of them because they're not going to make an upgrade to that roster, for the time being. But it'll be interesting to see that happens. I'm sure the Lakers aren't getting involved. We don't need more cap. We're trying to clear cap. So, but if they were to trade for Adams, then I wouldn't be mad at it. Our front court would be insane defensively. We'd have instantly the best defensive front court, and if you add Beverly, we'd have the best defensive team and one of the best offensive teams. We're definitely going to be a top 5 offensive team, just with Kuz, LeBron, and Anthony Davis. Think about this. If LeBron averages at least 25 points per game, that's 25. Another 25 for Anthony Davis, that's 50 a game. And I expect Kuzma to average 20. If he averages 20, that's 70 points per game. That means to get to 100, all the other role players just have to contribute 30 points per game. That's very doable. Very, very doable. Not to mention that sometimes LeBron or Anthony Davis will have monster games. Then on top of that, whatever other role players you get are going to chip in. So that'd be crazy. Would anyone take DeMarcus Cousins at the Lakers? Yeah, if he joins us for like $5 million, for the mid-level exception, absolutely. Just like he did to Golden State. But if he's looking for a bigger contract, obviously it would make more sense for his career. especially with all these crazy injuries, then no, I don't want DeMarcus. So you deserve to be big on YouTube, similar to the Lakers film room guy. You have so much knowledge for the game, and I love for our Lakers. Plus, you always keeping it. You said 92 plus 8 with us. Peace and love. I like how you did that, man. Thank you. I appreciate the love, man. Thank you, bro. He said 92. He said 100 and 92 plus 8. I never heard that before, but I like it. I'm gonna use it in the future, man. 92 plus 8. Keeping it 92 plus 8. Thank you, bro. I appreciate it. And you know what? For me, it's not about, the channel being too big. It would be nice to have a bigger platform, but for me, I started this out as a hobby, and now if I could make it into some form of a career, that would be amazing. If I could quit my job eventually and make this a living, I would be dropping so much more content for you guys. So that would be insane. But for now, man, I just love interacting with you guys. I appreciate you guys. So thank you for giving me this opportunity. And I love the fact that you guys show your boy love, man. So that's why I work overtime to bring you guys mixes, tracks, all kinds of stuff, just to keep it fresh. Dan, did you see Kawhi with the moving boxes? Yeah, that's like the 5th time somebody's asked me that. But yeah, I definitely saw it, man. And I'm not going to read too much into it. But if it means he's coming to LA, to the Lakers, that would be amazing. Bobo's still on the board? Absolutely. I'll tell you what, I'm going to get off as soon as he gets selected because I want to see where Bobo goes. So I'm going to get off, and then I'll come with the post-draft recap with you guys. But, it'll be interesting to see where he gets selected. As long as the Celtics don't pick him, I'm happy. Hey, thanks for the donation, brother. I appreciate that, man. Thanks so much.
The Boston Celtics Romeo Langford.
Romeo Langford is a good guard. So that's a good pick for them, unfortunately. But at least it ain't Bobo. I would have been horrified had Bobo turned out to be something special. And, the Celtics picked him. So, hey, thanks so much for the donation, man. I appreciate that. Every donation you guys give me, man, is truly appreciated. I don't see it now, but I see it at the end of the month. And it truly makes this channel, it gives me more motivation to keep giving you guys content. So thank you, man. Thank you so much. So let's see what's up here. Detroit has the next pick. Detroit. They have Andre Drummond. Could they be pairing up Bobo with Andre? Sorry, guys. Fixing the camera. It went a little blurry. So could they be getting ready to pair Bobo with DeAndre? That would be scary on the defensive end. Let's see. How could we afford Kawhi Leonard? I'll tell you how. We have to give up Mo. We have to give up Bonga, and we have to give up Jones. We could do that, then we'll be able to afford Kawhi Leonard. Also, from what I've heard, Anthony Davis has to waive his trade bonus. However, that will happen if a max signs on. Let's not forget that Anthony Davis has now joined Space Jam, so maybe there's a back deal there to help him recoup some of that money. I don't know.
He's amongst the best finishers in this draft. A driver that finds schemes.
Imagine that. Imagine if the Pelicans pick him up. That would be scary, man. If the Pelicans pick up Bobo with the number 17 pick, that is going to be one of the most athletic, biggest, most monstrous teams I've ever seen. That'll be crazy, man. That'll be insane.
I'm not saying that, but can he be a consistent?
Yeah, I would not like the matchup versus them. Young, hungry, athletic, huge. Let's not forget they traded for the 17th pick. So, again, if it turns out to be Bobo, So, yeah, the 15th pick is Sekou Doumbouya. I hope I said his name right. So, that's what the Pistons selected. But let's see. I'm more interested in if Bobo slips to 17. That's going to be a nightmare. That's going to be a nightmare, guys, for the West. Could it be? Could Bobo be going in wow, 17. We have a potential lottery pick going 17 just because of an injury. Oh, my goodness. There it goes. The Lakers have not bought into the second round as of right now, but they still have time. Obviously, long draft. I'll be getting off as soon as Bobo gets selected. I really want to see where he goes. But I got you guys post-draft lottery, and I'll let you know then if the Lakers drafted in the second round. From what I heard, they're trying hard to get it. I don't know if people really dislike Pelinka to that extent that they wouldn't sell them a second round. That would be a lot of hate, man, but who knows? I mean, the media hates us. AD needs to waive his bonus only if we agree to a max free agent. If not, then remember, we're also recruiting AD because we want him to resign for the long term. We don't want to get off on a bad foot and say, hey, Anthony Davis, just waive your $4 million. We don't want to demand anything like that from him because we're obviously recruiting him as well to sign long term. Now, reports are coming out that he is going to sign long term, but nothing's given till it's official, till it's inked. So we would hate to have given up so many assets just to have him as a 1-year rental. And we're also trying to make a good impression. He said Bobo isn't just slipping because of his injury. It's also because he's so light for his size. Three-point guards that weigh more than him. I would still definitely take him. I would take Bobo. No matter where he's at, I would take him because he's lottery type talent. Going, mid in the first round, in the mids. Summer League won't be any fun this year. I disagree. I think it'll be funner because there'll be more players that could actually make the roster because we have limited cap space. So they're actually playing for a potential roster spot. There'll be guys on there that we've probably even never heard of. You could always get draft steals, just like the Raptors got with Van Vliet. He was undrafted, right? So I think it's going to be funner to scout this talent, and I'm definitely coming to you guys with the post-game recaps on Summer League games as well. So I got you guys all summer long. I myself am going to be playing some basketball this summer, so I look forward to that. July 16 is when it kicks off. So if you guys want to come by and show some love and support, I'm going to be joining a basketball league at the Rec Center in San Bernardino. I believe it's called Norton, starting July 16th. So if you guys want to see your boy hoop, the legend of Dtlf, I'll be right there, man. With my boys, we already got a squad, so it should be fun. I can't wait. That's going to be fun. Keep myself entertained while there's no Laker basketball this summer. So record myself playing. I can't do that because, again, who's going to hold the camera? Also, I don't have anybody to go with me, and all my boys are going to be playing with me. So, yeah, if I can do it, I'll do it, but I doubt it, man. Again, if you guys want to see me, though, I'll be there live. So talk about draft. Talk about the draft. I mean, ask me a question, man. Shoot it. Any question you guys have, I'm here up until Bobo gets selected, then I'm off. But Lakers don't have a pick yet. We're trying to trade in there. He said, for max, I say only get Kawhi or Kyrie. I agree. Those are the only two players I would absolutely max out. 100%. So here it is, 15 pick in already. Now, let's see who's going to go 16. That's savage. So Brooklyn Nets fan chanted Kyrie's leaving. I didn't hear that. To Boston right before their pick. That's crazy. I think we buy 2 second-round picks. That'd be great. Again, we need as much young talent as we can get, especially after gutting the roster. This would be good for Rob Pelinka to evaluate some talent here in the summer league. There's always some steals. We got Jordan Clarkson late in the second round. We've gotten some steals before. So he said, I'm surprised Brandon Clark hasn't went yet. Me too. That's another great forward right there, Brandon Clark. It'll be interesting to see who drafts him. So, but Bobo's still on the board, guys. Bobo's still on the board, and let's see who picks him up here. Why am I so big on Bobo? 7'3", can stretch the floor, take you off the dribble, and has some sort of handles. Why shouldn't I be big on Bobo, man? I'm telling you, this guy was lottery talent until he hurt his foot, and sometimes, just like Joel Embiid, that's how you get steals. Joel Embiid would have been the top pick potentially in this draft, and that draft, either top 1 or 2, had he not hurt his foot before the draft. So, yeah, Porter Jr. still out there as well. See what happens. He said, Mama Koo said we should spread the money we have instead of getting a max free agent. Well, I mean, love Mama Koo. Shout out to her. But it is more convenient for her to say that because her son then becomes the third option by default. And, that's a lot more convenient than having another max free agent and potentially having her son come off the bench. So, of course, she would say that. I'd still go for a max free agent. You have to. Anytime you can land a max player, that doesn't happen very often. So, anytime you can do that and have a big three, I would do that. Your damaged goods, again, but at this point in the draft, it's a low risk, high reward. If it pans out, imagine he comes back healthy. That's dangerous. You get in a steal in the mid draft. Yeah, I don't know much about this guy. He played for France, it looks like, but he's a big body. We don't have a second round pick right now. Nope. Porter Jr. to the Spurs would be huge for them. Jordan Clarkson is trolling. Jordan Clarkson is trolling so hard on Twitter. He's acting like a source. He said Orlando's focused on Auburn's Okike at number 16. That's funny. He said league sources tells JC. That's funny. Man, I'm telling you. Let's see who goes right here. Let's see who goes to the Orlando Magic and then Brooklyn right after that. Kevin Porter still on the board. Yeah, if Bobo goes to the Pelicans, that's a nightmare for any team. Even though they're so young, that's going to be a nightmare. You're not going to want to see him. If he ends up with the Spurs, that's scary too. Let's spread the money. I mean, I'm open to it. I'm not upset with spreading the money. But we can't land a max free agent. But my option remains either Kawhi or Kyrie as the top targets first. It's the best draft in a long time. We'll be looking back in 10 years thinking, wow, what a draft. We'll see. Time will tell, hopefully. David Griffin would rub it in with Bobo. Dang, if David Griffin. Here's my thought, though. What if the Lakers, is there any way that you can, you agreed to a deal in principle, but it's not official yet? Could you back out of a trade? What if the Lakers like the way that David Griffin had drafted and they decided to keep all the picks? Then what? What would happen then? I've always asked myself. I'm not sure if that's even a legal thing or if the trade call has been made to the law office, to the league office, and it's already official. I'm not sure there what's going on, but interesting. There's still a lot of talent on the board. I want to see the Lakers can somehow, move some contracts or get in play here. Let's see what happens. Pelicans are looking pretty scary, Dan. They're looking scary for the future again, but they're going to be a fun team to watch right off the bat. We would only get Hunter. What if the trade continues to go through with the Hawks? You never know. Maybe it goes through us. I'm just saying that would be crazy. So just no one will ever make a deal with you again. I guess, yeah. I mean, that would definitely be a scenario. But come on, the trades have been vetoed against us. I mean, would it be the most unfair thing if we did it? I mean, I don't know. Let's not forget that the Pelicans, or back then the New Orleans Hornets, had already done that to us, right? With the basketball reasons or whatever. So it wouldn't be too crazy to think of. Yeah, I don't even know how to say his name. Okiki. Chuma Okiki. That's crazy. This year's got so many good free agents, Dan. Yeah, I know. I'm praying that we get our hands on one of them. Absolutely. Hoping and praying we get our hands on one of the top free agents. Honestly, I'd be ecstatic if D'Lo came back. I know a lot of people don't like him, but his talent level, especially those that were criticizing the Lakers for letting him go. Can you imagine if he came back? We'd have a young core again. So I wouldn't mind as long as he takes anywhere from 15 to 17, which will leave us with like $8 million plus mid-level plus veterans minimum. That'd be more than enough to work with. But we'll see. Again, we need some shooting, we need some defense, and we just need some bodies for now. Yeah, Bobo to the Pelicans, out of this world if that happens. Kevin Porter's still on the draft board. Yeah, I don't even know who this guy is, honestly. Josh Hart just said that the Pelicans could be in the finals 3 to 4 years. I mean, I love your confidence there, buddy, but you're going to have to put a lot of work in to your game, man, if you want that to happen. You got to stop playing that Fortnite that's taken away. I mean, this is free time. I don't want to criticize a player, but you got to put your money where your mouth is. You're predicting finals for your team in the next 3 to 4 years? That's a big promise. My thoughts on Jalen Hands. Didn't get to see him too much, honestly, to give an assessment on him, but seems to be a nice young prospect. So I heard Kevin Porter is going in the second round because he tore his Achilles and MCL. Twice? Yeah, that is a high risk for sure. That is a high risk if that's true. Yeah, most likely the Pelicans won't make the playoffs, but it would be a Cinderella story for them if they did. That's all I'm saying about that. Wow, New Orleans has selected Nickeil Alexander-Walker. So they didn't get Bobo. That's huge. And they didn't get Kevin Porter either. So, I mean, there's still some really good prospects. So, yeah, number 17, the Pelicans are going to get Alexander-Walker. That's what they're taking. Interesting. This draft is going to be really interesting. Did you hear about Brandon Ingram taking shots at LeBron? Yes, I did. I did hear about it. I didn't want to make a big deal out of it, though, because the guy, think about this. All right, put yourself in Brandon Ingram's spot. LeBron comes to your city, and then he says you're the next best thing. He takes you under his wing, shows you the ropes, but he's coming to your city. You were drafted to this team. You're basically given the keys to LA, and then just like that, somebody took him from you. And then he probably feels betrayed because LeBron said all this positive stuff about him. So, he said, goat, chasing goatness, fake. He basically called him fake, So pretty much he's calling LeBron James a phony. I understand he's in his feels. I wouldn't say nothing, though, if I was him. But, I'm gonna give him his time to get over the trade, if that really was about LeBron that he was talking about. But if not, if he didn't say anything and people are just making it up, then so be that, But I don't have any opinions on that. All I'm gonna say is, man, I wish him the best. Brandon Ingram's a humble young man. He has a lot of game. I want him to recover and get healthy. This is above basketball just for his own sake. I want him to have a long career, and it'll be interesting to see what happens there with the Pelicans. I mean, they're going to be a fun team to watch. How effective they're going to be year one, I don't know. Year two, I don't know. Year three is when it starts getting really interesting, and then so on and so forth. But they're in it for the long haul. They basically don't have many veterans. They have a bunch of young talent, and they're going to have to develop that young talent. Let's see if they do a better job than the Lakers of developing this talent. Nasir Little still on the board. That's another great defensive player right there. So, yeah, there's a lot of picks to be had. Again, I was going to wait up until Bobo, but if he does go in the second round, I'm really hungry, guys. I'm probably just going to go up to pick number 20. After pick 20, I'm going to go grab a bite, come back after the draft is done, and then for sure I'll share my final thoughts with you guys on a separate video. But thank you guys for joining me so far, man. I appreciate it. It's been an interesting draft. I still expected more trades involving actual players that are in the NBA right now, but looks like nothing major has happened right now. He said, Bron the GOAT right now, second to only Kobe. Again, I don't like these GOAT conversations. They could go in many different directions. I mean, he's your GOAT. Kobe's my GOAT, but the overall GOAT to me is Jordan. To me, that's just my opinion, though. He said, Josh Hart needs to learn how to be consistent. He got injured this year, so I wasn't very hard on him for that. He was injured all season long. Injuries, the injury bug plagued us this year, so pretty much, yeah. Indiana's focused. They're focused on Goga I can't say his last name, man. Some of these names are impossible. But, you know, Bobo, all these guys are still on the board.
The 2019 NBA draft. The Brooklyn Nets select Nikhil Alexander-Walker from Toronto and Virginia Tech.
Alexander Walker. Interesting. So that's who the Pelicans just drafted. He's a shooting guard. Lakers' whole team was injured this season. Absolutely. And we're going to bounce back. Now, it'll be interesting to see how we form this team. If we prepare better for injuries or if we're still going to be thin. We're going to be top heavy and thin again. But I still go for the max free agents just because it's a bigger challenge to land a max free agent. Worst case scenario, it doesn't work out. You can always trade that. There's always going to be a market for those superstars. So you could always trade that free agent and still get a lot of value in return. The way I see it, anytime you add a max free agent, you're either adding a successful superstar for your franchise moving forward, or you're adding a big-time trade asset that can net you a whole bunch of draft picks, and maybe you can replenish everything you lost in the AD trade. So either way, it's a win, you know, adding a max free agent. That's the way I look at it. He said nobody's trying to have the Jordan, LeBron, Kobe debate right now. Yeah, absolutely not. That's an endless debate. It'll never end. But, you know, you guys know where I stand with that. He said Bron didn't carry the team carried him. I wouldn't go that far either. I mean, when LeBron was healthy and everybody was healthy, we were the 4th seed in the West. And that's just the way it goes. Injuries bit us. And honestly, to me, though, the one who had the biggest impact in the year was Lonzo. That's why I hurt so bad to see him go. But when he was with us, we were a top 5 defensive team. We were a top 4 team in the West, and we had a lot of energy and excitement. So that's the sad part about seeing him go. He said the Lakers need their own app to watch games. Yeah, that would be great, but that ain't going to happen because they have a deal with Spectrum, and Spectrum is a cash cow. They're milking it all the way. They know we love our Lakers. Why is the media so negative towards the Lakers? They hate us because we the greatest and they ain't us, man. That's a fact. You know, those 3 things right there. We the greatest and they ain't us. So they want to. And honestly, they have their own favorites. For example, Wojnarowski, everybody knows he's a Boston Celtic fan. So they're struggling and we're thriving in this offseason. So obviously he's their leverage. He tries to tear us down. The one that has shocked me was Ramona Shelburne. She's reported a lot of negative stuff about the Lakers front office. She's reported a lot of negative stuff. Maybe she's going rogue here. Maybe she's deciding, something else she wants to root for. I don't know. But 18th pick coming in. Let's see who they pick here. Are they going to take Bobo? That's the Pacers. I don't know. What do they need? They have Turner. They have Oladipo. So we'll see who they take here. Let me see. Let me update my Twitter. See if the pick is in yet. At number 18. Okay, Indiana's focused on. Oh yeah, it was that go-go guy. I don't know. I can't say his last name. Let's see how they say his last name. Yeah, I could never say that. Oof. Shout out to Adam Silver for enunciating that properly. So he's a center. He's a center. Never heard of him before. He said all the bitter Knicks fans hate us right now because we got AD. Man, Knicks fans are bitter, but they have a right to be bitter. They sucked for so long. It's just crazy. Have you guys seen Stephen A's take on this? Check it out on Get Up this morning. It was hilarious. He was upset because they said they should be patient.
They're getting a 19-year-old center who is an NBA junkie, loves the game of basketball, and really.
I got a Twitter question right here from I Believe Purple and Gold. Can the Lakers go over the cap and just pay the luxury tax, or do they have to stick with the current cap? They can go over the cap with their current players that they have. Everybody else, though, once they get to the cap, it's a mid-level or veterans minimum. You can't pay more than that. So, yeah, pretty much you have to stick to the cap after you reach that, whatever limit that is. Knicks fans should be happy. They got RJ Barrett. What more did they expect? They expected a lot because of reports. And again, this is why you always got to take reports with a grain of salt. You can't have your hopes all the way up or all the way down. They expected KD, Kyrie Irving, and Zion Williamson. I remember. That was their expectations. They thought they were going to win a championship next year. So pretty much that's why you should always lower your expectations. Don't believe everything Woj, Stephen A., all these people are reporting because it could change like that. Even if those reports are true, you saw what happened with KD getting injured and all that. So, yeah, that irrelevant. Expectations are irrelevant. I'd rather see results. That's why I have no expectations for a max free agent right now. But we get one, we get one. If we don't, I'm happy with AD, LeBron, and Kuz and whatever we could add to that. So.
I was able to make it past Shady Commissioner's name when I was shedding a tear, but when the real tell started interviewing me, my mom.
He said, yeah, but their expectations haven't been realistic for 40 years. And that's why you got to respect them, because even though, for 40 years they've struggled, they stayed faithful. I mean, you got to have hope. So even if that's delusional to you, to them it's hope and it's expectations. And to me, that's what breeds a loyal fan base. And that's the reason, even with James Dolan being there, kicking out fans and all that, they stay loyal, man. And you got to respect that. But coming up on the 19th pick, let's see who the Spurs are going to take. Let me refresh my Twitter timeline here. Let's see here.
I see them know they're getting a player that's going to give them everything he got.
First of all, I should have worn my glasses because it's blind me with the eyes.
San Antonio has selected Luka Samanic. Oh, my goodness. They love foreign players, don't they? Bobo's still on the board, by the way. So he's still on the board. And he might slip to the second round. That'd be nuts. If he slips to the second round, I hope my Lakers pick him up. That would be insane. We need some talent.
I think I'm looking forward to playing against everybody.
Yeah, but hey, I'll tell you, the Spurs always get their foreign players, and you got to respect them because they pan out more times than not.
It's probably hard to relate to what.
Are we clearing any cap? Hopefully, by the end of the night, I hope to have that answer by my recap. So if I do, I'm coming back to you guys. I got you.
Spent a lot of interviews. There's a lot of questions about how it would feel about
Zion. He said media narrative is stupidity. That's why, luckily, we have this platform where we can come and congregate and talk real basketball without the bias, Put the bias to the side. I'm giving you guys my true opinion on each one of these picks for these teams, the ones I know at least. The ones I never heard of, well, then I can't really pretend to be an expert, But the ones I watched play in college, I'll give you my best of knowledge to each team. If you guys are here from a different team watching this stream, just go ahead and ask me a question about your team, any team. I got you. I'm a diehard Laker fan, but overall I'm an NBA fan, so I love talking basketball, period. Knox and Barrett will be a killer duo. Kevin Knox and RJ Barrett will be a killer duo. We'll see. Do you think we should spread the remaining cap around instead of a max player? This is a question I've answered probably about 4 times on here, but I'll do it anyways, just because we don't have much to talk about at this point. Again, I'm for a max free agent first, and then if we strike out on the max free agent or we can't clear that cap, then you go and spread the love around. But it's always harder to get a max player via trade or via free agency than it is a bunch of role players. That's why I prioritize the max free agent first. He said, RJ reminds me of Penny. Man, that would be huge. No, we don't have a second round pick yet. If Bobo becomes a Laker, wow. Man, if Bobo becomes a Laker, I'm going to lose my stuff. Because that would mean that a lot of teams missed out again, just like they did on Kyle Kuzma. And it's very possible. But is it likely? Probably not. I'm not holding my breath for that.
Every single thing you ever dreamed about, you'll get it. Good luck, man.
All right, I'm waiting up until the 20th pick, and then I'm logging off, guys. Interesting. That's a lot of pressure. They're already telling Zion that he's going to be the face of the league. That's a lot of pressure, man.
Look at that.
Wow.
That's nice.
It's clean. I like it.
They just compared LeBron to Zion, man. That's a lot of pressure on this kid. Just go out there and have fun, Zion, and get him. He said if Bobo becomes a Laker and we get Kawhi, I mean, just either one of those scenarios. I mean, that'd be nice to see. What if we get Kyle Guy? I like him too. That's definitely an option. But here come the Spurs drafting their foreigner.
2019 NBA draft. The San Antonio Spurs select Luka Samanic.
You gotta love it, man. They stick to their foreign players. They have a great scouting department, and they always find a lot of great talent over there. He's from Croatia. It looks like I've never heard of this guy, but the Spurs have apparently. So man, it's crazy. He said Barron and Knox will bring the Knicks out of the slump. I hope so for your guys' sake, man. The Knicks really deserve some good basketball, so I hope so. He said, Dan, do you think a European player will ever be the face of the NBA? That's a great question. I mean, I hope so. It will be great for diversity. I mean, but that's tough to say. There's nobody that I can see right now off the top, for that role. But that's a good question. So this guy's 6'11". Spurs love their foreign players. He said, who would you rather have on the Lakers, LeBron or Kawhi? Of course, Kawhi, simply because of his age. I still believe Kawhi is the best player in the league right now. And I just love Kawhi's personality. Kawhi for sure. Especially at this point of LeBron's age. Now, had you asked me this when LeBron was in his prime, when he was like 27, 28, then probably LeBron. But if we're talking about today, Kawhi Leonard for sure. LeBron is the face of the league. Oof, that's tough. That's tough to say, man. He needs to prove it again. He needs to make the playoffs and win a championship. If he does that, then he will, regain his crown back. But for this year, the one champion, the one king I see right now is King Kawhi. And if LeBron wants that crown back, he's gonna have to take it from him. Unless Kawhi joins, and then we could have, 2 to 3 kings over here in LA. Foreign players keep their ego out of the game and play with togetherness. That is very true. That is very true. And they're very full of finesse, and you gotta love that about them. Gotta love that about them. They have a lot of finesse to their game. They're very skilled. Has there been a tough foreign player? I would say Porzingis is the closest thing to that. But yeah, if they could just work on their toughness, they could be very, very good. Can the Hawks help the Lakers with the cap? There'd have to be some sort of incentive. Unless they're high on Mo Wagner and Bonga, I doubt it, man. I doubt anybody's helping. But maybe the Lakers buy a second-round pick. I don't know. We'll see what they do. King Mamba LA, thanks for the donation, bro. He said Giannis is from Europe, right? That's right. I forget about Giannis. Is he? He is. They call him the Greek freak for a reason. So obviously, yeah. But yeah, man, I'll tell you. I don't know how Giannis slipped from my mind. You're right. You're absolutely right. There's your face of the NBA question answered right there. Thanks so much for reminding us, man. I appreciate that, King Mamba. And thanks for the donation. I appreciate that. Giannis is from Greece. Yeah, last I checked, yeah, he does have like a Greek accent. That's why they call him the Greek freak, right? Unless it wouldn't make sense. Yo, by the way, that Spider-Man movie looks fire. Can't wait to see that. But yeah, interesting here, guys. We're coming up on the 20th pick, and we still have some very good prospects on the board. Let's see who gets picked up here. Boston has the next pick? Well, yeah, Boston has the next pick. This is scary. Let's see who they're going to – they already got a good one in Romeo Langford. That's a very good pick. Let me refresh my timeline here. Okay, they're taking Matisse Thybulle. So, again, don't know much about him. And they're potentially trading him to the Sixers. So there's that. That could be a Sixer pick. Kevin Porter Jr. and Bobo are still there. So we'll see. Isn't Joel Embiid a foreign player too? He is from is he from? Yeah, he is. You're right. Foreign players are on the rise. Absolutely. And you can say the same for you can say the same for what's his name? From the Sixers, Ben Simmons, right? Isn't Canadian considered foreign? It's not from the States, so Dan, can Atlanta help the Lakers out? Probably not. Probably not unless we give them some sort of incentive to do it. I don't see anybody lining up to help the Lakers, especially with reports of nobody liking Pelinka. So the Lakers are going to have to get crafty and clever and find a way to make it happen. Oh, he's Australian. That's right. Ben is from Australia. I don't know why I thought Canada. No, that's Andrew Wiggins. Okay, I'm getting them all mixed up now. Yeah, he's Australian for sure. Benson. Yeah, so this is going to be my final pick. Guys, I'm about to log off right now as soon as this pick happens. But thank you guys for tuning in for this draft special first round. I covered most of the first round. Oh, see, he got traded to the Sixers, so there's that. But yeah, I'll definitely be back after the second round's over. Give you guys that post-draft recap, and I'll tell you who I believe won the draft and all this good stuff, and we'll go from there. So, but thank you guys so much for joining in with me today. Nothing so far on the front of the Lakers, so I'll be logging off. I'm gonna go eat. I've been on for over 2 hours, so definitely gonna take a break. I'll be on after the second round. Make sure to tune in for that, and hopefully we'll have some Laker basketball stuff to talk about. So, I'll catch you guys right after the draft's over. Peace out.